Hi, I'm Andy with API, and today I'm at the production room to run you through the Lunchbox and a few of the 500 series modules that we've got today. With these API 500 modules, the key thing with them is that they're built to the same exacting designs from the original Sol Walker designs from the 60s. So what you're getting is kind of an undiluted version of exactly what was available in the 60s through the 70s, right through the current day. So starting off with the 512 mic pre, very straightforward design, mic input, high Z, and then as we step up you've got your mic line select there, you've got pad, 48 volt phantom power, and then polarity phase inversion there. 65 dB of gain, and an incredible pre for guitars, snare drums, electric guitars and vocals. Very tight punchy sound which is associated with API, and it's kind of really that American kind of middle of the road right through to kind of rock, country. We'll also handle kind of modern day pop and R&B. Onto the EQs, we've got the 550A, which is the classic Sol Walker 3 band EQ. 2 dB steps for each band. We've got low and high shelf which can be engaged there. We've also got a bandpass filter which we can engage. Onto the slightly newer 550B, which is their imagining of a 4 band. The kind of difference between the two is kind of some of the modern guys will prefer to go for 4 bands because they feel like they're getting that extra band so they can kind of really get in there. Whereas the 3 band is really that classic API design. On both of these EQs, as you kind of start to near the end of the travel of each pot, we've got proportional Q, so that Q will actually tighten up and get a little bit narrower, so great for kind of surgical cuts, or if you kind of really need to kind of boost the vocal and kind of bring out some of that high end. It's absolutely fantastic for that. As you move on to the 560, this is really the kind of classic sound of the American drum kit, so going back to classic Steely Dan records, Fleetwood Mac, all that kind of thing. This is where you'll hear this EQ. It has this eerie way of having the bands in exactly the correct places. So if you're working with acoustic guitars to bring air out the top of an acoustic, great on female vocals. Down the lower end, 63 Hz is absolutely fantastic for just boosting that bottom of a kick drum. Finally, moving on to the 525. This is API's classic compressor. It's a feedback design, so essentially what we'll hear from this unit is it's a much more musical compressor than some of the more modern feed-forward compressors where it really attack transients. We've got threshold, input there, and an output. Now the really interesting thing with this compressor is we've got a ceiling control here, which essentially as we increase it, it will lower the threshold whilst maintaining the output level, so you can kind of really bring a vocal forward into the mix. We've got our set release times on there. We've got a choice between compression and limiting, or we can turn the unit off. Also, at the bottom there, we've got a de-esser. If you'd like to check out more of this, feel free to pop in the store and have a chat with the guys here, or head over to the production room website.